Everyone, welcome back to L5 Star FC. Welcome to the Liverpool talk show where we break down the shocking events that we seen yesterday as West Ham beat Liverpool 3-2 at the London Stadium. And yeah, like always, I am not alone in this one. I am with three brilliant panelists, one in Wakar, one in Ben, and one in Sarah. So guys, before we get any further, welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. We'll try and keep it as positive but also as constructive in terms of criticism as possible, because at the end of the day, we want to keep this as enjoyable as it can, but we also want to be realistic and obviously hit the nail on the head on various topics that we're going to discuss in the video. But before we get any further, make sure, please feel free to get involved in the discussion. Drop a few comments down there below. It's not just us discussing it, it's you guys get involved. This is what it's all about. So guys, do your part if you want to get involved, and we'll talk about your comments and reply to them. But this is the time where we bring in the panelists. First of all, we bring in Wakar. How are you doing, Wakar? How's it going, bro?
Doing good. Good
as can be. Good as can be, yeah. Yeah, big up, Wakar. Now we bring in Ben. How is it going? How's it going, Ben?
I'm good, my man. Not as good as I would have been, but I guess we'll unpack all of that during the show.
Yeah, it's a new week, innit? So that's just the only positive that we can bring to it. But big up to Ben. And now we bring in Salah. How are you, mate? Good as can be, or not great?
How can it feel good when your team gets fucking smoked like that?
Yeah. I know. But obviously, guys, without further ado, we're going to get into it. So the kickoff question is, how long can these performances last until titles and trophies are thrown away from the basket? And they come to you, Salah, first.
We dropped points against City, dropped points against Chelsea, dropped points against Brentford, dropped points against Brighton, dropped points against West Ham. How many more games do you want to drop points in? How many more? Because you've drawn as many games as you drew when we won the title. You've drawn as many already. And it's only been 11 match days. It's only been 11 game weeks, and you've drawn as many as we won the title. That just shows you don't have a winning mentality, and you're 11 games into the season. What I'm seeing is unacceptable, and I'm pissed off, honestly, from what I saw yesterday. I'm absolutely livid. That game on January 2nd against Chelsea, that decides the whole title race. We lose that game, and I think we're gone. Honestly. You might say there's results after that, but I think we're gone from that title race if we lose January 2nd against Chelsea. And it's evident it's like that before. We lost against City on January the 1st. They went on to win all their games and they won the title. We dropped points even after that City game when we lost. We dropped points against Everton. We dropped points against Manchester United. And that's what cost us the league. And I see the same exact thing happening here this time, but maybe a bit earlier. Maybe even earlier than the Chelsea game. But that Chelsea game, bro, we're done if we lose. Even if we draw, we lose. And the way we are dropping points against these low teams, I'm not calling West Ham a low team, but let's be honest, it's a game we should be winning. Brighton, we should be winning. City, we were 2-1 up. Chelsea, maybe the only one to have an exception for. Brentford, we were 1-0 up, 2-1 up, 3-2 up. So it's just shocking, man, honestly.
Yeah, to bring in a stat for you, 6 out of the 17 games we've played so far this season have either resulted in us bottling leads or dropping points from winning positions. So as that stands, that's a third of our games. And if we're playing a 50-game season, that's about 16 games of which you could potentially be losing and dropping points there, so which is just unacceptable. And I contrast what Salah says, and I think the title can be done before that. I really do. I think the performances, I believe...
Ale, just wait till Christmas, yeah? If we drop points against Tottenham, we're gone as well. Trust me, this next month is pivotal because Chelsea will win all their games. Have you seen Chelsea's running? How easy Chelsea is running in? Have you seen how City are playing? City will smoke teams apart. But have you seen how we're playing? We're going into Christmas against Tottenham. We will get clawed early this month. If we do not, the title race is gone by December if we fucking keep on like this. And I'm not even being reactionary. This is a title race against Manchester City and Chelsea. You can't afford to drop meaningless points against low league teams like this. You can't afford to drop leads like this. It's just simple.
Yeah, that's fair enough. With Carr, obviously, we were very critical of Manchester United and laughing at them over the past few weeks. The performances and results, they've all caught up. But is that the same happening to us at the moment in terms of the performances? They just haven't been good enough from the start of the season in terms of defensively. Obviously, we were good for the first 6 games in terms of keeping clean sheets. But ever since that Milan game, if you can go back to that point, it's been very topsy-turvy in terms of defensively.
I think they just need a slap in the face, all of them. So it's not good enough. You know, maybe if it was a Man City, even if it's Man City, yeah, if we go, I'm talking about the Brighton game now, 2-0 up, yeah, it's horrendous. West Ham, yeah, we look shit. United, no one can be as fucking shit as them, yeah. But I think we're not far off that. It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all.
Not good enough at all, bro.
Pardon?
It's not good enough at all, is it? Not at all.
That's not good enough at all. I agree with Salah. The way Man City and Chelsea are playing, I don't even think bar the Burnley game for Chelsea, I don't think any of them have bottled a lead. I never see Man City or Chelsea, open like that. One ball and we're fucked.
Yeah, it's mad because although Chelsea dropped points earlier this week, earlier this weekend, there was always that anticipation that this is a very Liverpool thing to do. When all teams are dropping points around you, and then what do? We drop points ourselves. So Ben, what was the problem, mate? Because at the end of the day, we always seem to drop off at around January, February time. That winter break always kills us every season. So if you filter that into play, are we done for already? Is it too early to say that we're done, or can this be rectified as soon as possible?
I feel like it's too early to say that we're done, but if the performances carry on like this, we're gonna be done pretty soon. Because if you look at the games that we've played, the games where we dropped points, rather. Man City, Chelsea, Brentford, Brighton, and now West Ham. 3 of those games were at Anfield. Those teams came to Anfield and they basically told us, fuck you, we're not going to give you guys the respect that you guys deserve. We're going to take the game to you. And big shout out to them, especially Brighton, Brentford away, and now West Ham away as well. They told us, you guys may be Liverpool, but we're still going to take the game to you, man. And it seems like when teams do that, we kind of shit our pants. And now that's how we bottle, 2-goal leads against Brighton, man. So the performances can't be going on like this, man. There was a point when we could score 1 goal and we could literally keep that lead for 70 minutes. Now it's even with a 1-goal lead, man, or even a 2-goal lead, we aren't secure enough. So like you said, January, February, things could get even worse. And there's gonna come a time when Chelsea and Man City are gonna start to pull away. I don't think it'll reach 100 points or close to 100 points like it did in the past seasons, but they are gonna pull away. And if our performances, keep going like this, we're gonna end up fighting for a 4th spot like we did last season.
And I just want to quickly say, we will fall off in January and February. AFCON is from January the 9th to February
there you go.
I think February to 12th, out for a month. You can say to me, they only miss Brentford at Anfield. We don't have the Anfield power no more. The atmosphere, I don't know what's happening. We don't have that fortress like it used to be. Leicester, I think it's away, isn't... although they haven't been playing the best, Leicester, they're a good team. Brendan Rodgers can switch on the intensity straight away. And Crystal Palace are also, alongside with us, the only team that haven't lost at their home ground. And because we've already played them at Anfield, so we go to Selhurst Park and play them. You might say that, okay, Origi came on schooled yesterday, but if you look here, you got Origi, you got Minamino. You think that's really sustainable in a title race? And those 3 games, as I said it before, after the amount of games we've dropped already, you can't drop any more points now. You just cannot. If it's a result, say we come back from 3-0 down to 3-3, although we shouldn't be going down 3-0 in the first place, it's still not bad. It's still bad. I don't think these men are going to sign an attacker though, and this is why I said in my predictions that City will come first and then Chelsea will come second.
No way. Yeah. Then there's no way we're signing an attacker. It's no chance. There was
Again,
no...
I say it to you every time I talk to you. If these lot did not sign a defender on the last day, they had no plans to sign an attacker from January when 2 defenders were out with 9-month injuries. They had no plans, even though two of their main centre backs were out with 9-month injuries, with a Joel Matip who's injury prone, who's blatantly injury prone. That's all 3 of his centre backs gone. They were still naive to not go in and not even look for reinforcements until the last day where they brought in an okay Ozan Kabak and a championship Ben Davies. We're not even in deep shit this time. So I don't really think they're going to buy literally anyone. They know Salah and Mane will come back. They'll be like, oh, them 2 are going to come back anyway, so what's the point of us buying a striker? They don't care about us as a club. They just care about the revenue they get. And when we win something, he's just going to take the money and dip.
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to move on to our next segment of the show, and that is we're going to talk about the 3 players which I feel need to be talked about. Andrew Robertson, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and who was the other one?
Talk about Henderson.
Go on in. Hendo out. Hendo out by your name. Go on in. Jordan Henderson. Explain it, bro.
This brother needs to pattern on the real. On my mother's life, this guy's pissing me off now. Well, why? This guy's pissing me off on my mother's life. And all you know, man, I wasn't the biggest Genie fan, yeah? But giving this brother a 4-year contract instead of giving Genie a 4-year contract is laughable. It's honestly laughable. And you can say captain fantastic and all that, but when a captain doesn't perform the pitch, eyebrows need to be raised. He scored a win against Milan, fair enough. Played decent some games. But this season, he's been awful. This guy loves playing hoofball. This guy loves taking 2 touches and flip him, put it in the box. You're not Pirlo. You're not Xavi. Play simple football. Pass and go. And then I see yesterday this guy trying to make runs inside the box. Your one and only job, the reason you're in this team, is to make moves, tell people what to do, and cover for Trent Alexander-Arnold. I didn't see a one time where this fucking brother covered for Trent. Name me one time where this guy went behind and covered for Trent. No, not even a single time. And I don't know if this is down to Klopp's tactics or just his how naive he is. But this is why we got attacked on the right side a lot, because he was not coming back to help. That's how we got off. That's how West Ham got their first set piece. He would then come back to help, counter-attack. And the thing is, for the second goal as well, he lost the ball. I don't see any intent to come back and get the ball. He's just jogging. For the first goal, he loses the ball, jogging, sprint back. And I don't care. You can see Antonio, he went for the Antonio. He was running. Antonio got a missed touch. He was unlucky. He's been piss poor, man. He's been piss poor for many weeks. But because he's captain fantastic, top Reds and bottom Reds, the people who love him from bottom Reds, they don't want to see anything against him because he's captain fantastic. But this is not the point now where you have to be critical about him and you have to be honest. He's been piss poor this season and he's affecting us in our build-up play. He's not doing anything on the transition. He's not helping us defensively. It's just about time now when people try to find out. But honestly, he's getting on my nerves now.
Yeah, it is a shout. But I think the pass ball side to side was evident yesterday. We were building them 20 passes to not even register a single touch in their penalty area before passing it back. And that is what was the story the other day. The Goals Lives guy says, we will come to all the chat, bigger pro clubs, goals out. We will come to Origi in a bit. I thought Ox was decent against West Ham, to be fair. I disagree. I thought he was very quiet.
I just want to quickly say one more point I just want to add. Oxlade-Chamberlain was doing Henderson's job. Henderson was doing Oxlade-Chamberlain's job. Am I missing something here? Oxlade-Chamberlain, a guy, he cannot defend. I can defend better than him. He's trying to do Henderson's job. This guy is not even physical. I'm telling you right now, Lionel Messi can outball this guy. That's how unphysical he fucking is. I see Henderson making runs inside the box when Ox is supposed to be making runs inside the box. Ox is a 10. Ox is an 8. He's a goal-scoring midfielder. Why are you not making a run inside the box? Why are you covering? Why is Henderson making a run inside the box? You have to feel peak for Ox that game because Ox was not playing in his role he had to play in. Because I'm telling you, if Ox plays in that role, number one, he's not hoofballing it as soon as he gets it, and number two, he actually has a decent shot on him, which Henderson does not have. Henderson just shoots 1 in 100 goes in, just like AC Milan, 1 in 100 goes in. Hoofball goes in, goes. And the thing is, yeah, Alid, he doesn't play hoofball. He plays hoofball against the teams he's not supposed to play against. And when he needs to play hoofball, he does it against the wrong teams. He does hoofball when he plays against Watford, Burnley, Chelsea, West Ham. They play with aerial players, but he doesn't play with the people who like aerial threat. I just feel sad for Ox yesterday because he should not be playing in that role. End of. That is Henderson's role, and Ox should be in Henderson. And Ox should have played more further up. And I just want to quickly say, Ox, yeah, fuck you, you bastard. Why the fuck you smiling after the game? You fucking twat.
Who Oxlade? I didn't see that. Was he? No way.
He's fucking hugging rice, smiling like a fucking prick. Go and suck your mum, you joke, man.
Wakar, we'll come to you, bro. Obviously, there's many players' performances there which we can pick apart and say that they were awful yesterday. Awful's one superlative. But who out of that team yesterday could we be positive about? Obviously, the Virgil van Dijk, I think, is one that we can talk about. Trent's free kick is one we can talk about, but although I think Trent's defensive game was evident yesterday. And another one we can talk about is Divock Origi. Pro Club's goals has mentioned it there. Who would you say was the standout performance for Liverpool?
I think it was Van Dijk, because without him, we would have been embarrassed yesterday. Dog shit defending. They just win back the ball and they just fucking go, blood. Just not good enough from the rest of the team. That's why I think Virgil probably... It was practically Van Dijk versus West Ham, yeah. I think there were so many times where it was just him and Antonio, yeah. I know it's meant to be a battle, but it was every time, and I also think that he needs to pick a centre-back pairing and stick with it and not pissing about with Kanate 1 week, pissing about with Matip. He needs to pick one and stick with it. If they get injured, then go and play the other one. But, I think it was Virgil. Trent's free kick, was amazing. But, Virgil for me.
Yeah, Virgil was insane yesterday. Considering we conceded 3 goals. Virgil was a standout performer. But usually we're on about Van Dijk and Alisson being at the heart of that defense. We're talking about Van Dijk, his composure on one-on-one situations, which was evident yesterday. But usually, very rarely, the ball goes past Van Dijk. And when it does, it does occasionally. You rely on the big shot stopping a goalkeeper in Alisson. What went wrong for him yesterday? Because for me, he was to blame for all 3 goals. Look, there was the position in the lead up as L5 Star mentioned in the chat, and a few others. But Alisson played a part in all 3 goals. It was just a howler from him, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, definitely. I think in terms of the first goal, when I first saw it, I thought it was a foul, but that just depends, on your opinion, I guess. Some refs would have given it, some wouldn't have. But second goal, he should do more to get his hands on that. You can't let, the ball squeeze underneath him the way it did. In terms of the third goal, that's probably the goal that hurt me the most, because what the fuck? Kurt Zuma scoring against us now, but yeah, that is what it is, man. Yeah, I feel like our set piece defending needs to improve for real, man. Because Alisson does struggle when teams do crowd the keeper, especially with corners. I remember, I think it was Burnley at home a few years ago when I think it was Dwight McNeil, where they did the same tactic and then he scored directly from the free kick. So that has to definitely improve, man. But yeah, Alisson, like a lot of players, didn't have the best game. But yeah, that's it from me, man. Alisson, wasn't the best. Virgil protected him a lot. But I
Yeah.
mean, I guess that's why you have one of the best defenders in the world. So if your goalkeeper doesn't have a good game, he's there. Probably would have been 6 or 7 or 5 or 6 if Virgil wasn't there, man.
Yeah, exactly. But right, what we're going to talk about now, Ben, I'm going to ask you the question again. What went right for West Ham yesterday? Obviously, they play in a system where they try to isolate their midfield, which forces the other team to, produce balls from deeper positions, which accommodates the rising fullbacks that they push up. What went right for them yesterday in terms of their midfield? I felt there was a lot of cohesion, and we allowed them to play their game. We allowed them to play on the counter. It was just Aston Villa all over again. And when we had that composure 2-3 seasons ago, regardless whether or not we went up the pitch, we always had men back and always had a defensive composure about us, and that's just seemed to eradicate it recently. But how good do you think West Ham did yesterday to execute stopping Liverpool from defending those counterattacks?
Yeah, I mean, they had a game plan and they stuck to it, really. I mean, they isolated our midfield, definitely. Which is kind of weird when you have the likes of Fabinho and Henderson in your midfield. You expect them to dominate, but like Salah said, man, it's like everybody was just switching roles. I mean, somebody needs to remind Henderson of what his role is in this team. Because, I mean, he scores against AC Milan and all of a sudden he forgets. Now he wants to become a central attacking midfielder and make runs into the box. That's not what you're here for, man. You are here to cover for Trent or Robertson when they go forward. If Henderson does his job, then we nullify most of their counterattacks. If Henderson does his job. But because he didn't, they can, run basically the whole field. Fornells also played amazing yesterday, up to him. They have the license, run the whole field and isolate and put, Van Dijk and Matip under pressure. And I mean, like I said, if Van Dijk wasn't there, because we all know how good he is in these 1v1 situations, if he's not there, then the score is 5 or 6, man. And then they kept a very, very, very low block. And I feel like with the midfielders we had, we couldn't break that down. Thiago comes on way, way too late, if you ask me, man. Like 67th minute. I would have brought him on at halftime, honestly, because Henderson can't break a low block. Ox can't break a low block. So why are they still on the field? I mean, I feel like Henderson should have came off though instead of Ox. I feel like Henderson should have came on, put Thiago. Henderson should have came off and Thiago should have came on so that we could, control the game and then break. And because, Thiago can play those lines, play the balls, that break through the passing lines, man. So that was definitely where we went wrong, but also what they did right.
Yeah.
I just want to say, for the second goal, literally, I go toilet for 2 minutes. I come back. My computer is like, I come in, I hear Thiago's on. I start gassing, then I go closer, it's 2-1. That literally just tells the story of the game. 1 second, we're going to score, and then the next second, they have a hit and a counter-attack. But honestly, I think the second goal is like, number one, Henderson's defensive positioning, again, is what I mean. When he lost the ball, he was jogging back. He had it's like he had no intent. Again, it goes back to body language, what Klopp was saying the other week against Brighton. He just jogged back. And then I think it was Oxlade-Chamberlain, Fabinho. Although I said I didn't see the goal, but I saw a picture of it. One of you just make a tactical foul and just bring Bowen down. Like they're on the counter attack. Just pull his shoulder, do something, and take a yellow for the team. Like we're one of the teams that are known for tactical fouls. But that time when we needed to do it, we didn't do it, which really confused me. And for Ox, he has 18 months left on his contract. Just release him now. Wallahi, just release him now. I would rather play Tyler Moore than play Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And, Sal, I want to come to you on the next question. Divock Origi got some plaudits yesterday. Come on, and he scored a goal, half the deficit in terms of, that 2 goals that we were trailing at one point. Jack Wilshere hauled the praise on Divock Origi saying he was impressed. He's surprised that he hasn't really played more often by Jurgen Klopp. Does he deserve more of a chance based on his performances so far in the season? Obviously, pivotal in the Champions League against AC Milan, got that assist for that Salah goal, played decent, played a few decent games in the Carabao Cup, come on here and there in the Premier League, had some decent cameos. Does he deserve a little bit more of a chance considering, the strike force, is quite bare at the minute?
Goal to game ratio, he has one of the best in the squad. And you can say about your Carabao Cup team that this is shit Carabao Cup team, this and that. He's done against AC Milan and he did it against West Ham. And let me tell you the sad reality of this. His goal was so good yesterday. His goal was class. But because we lost, no one would ever talk about that goal. That goal's absolutely class. Oh my days. The way he just brings it down on his right. The control is beautiful. And the finish on the left is amazing. And honestly, I think he deserves a chance now. I think Firmino's not going to be back after the international break. And we have Arsenal next. No. Fuck that. No. Don't play Origi. Jota's good. Jota has a good game against Arsenal. But you get what I'm trying to say. Origi, he deserves more of a chance. Of course, we have those 2 Champions League games left. We can play anyone, regardless, we'll qualify. So I fully expect him to play in those last games against Porto and AC Milan. But after Arsenal, we have... Who do we have? Who do we have after Arsenal?
I'm not too sure. I'll have a look now for you.
Because I think after Arsenal, we have like an easier opponent. I like against the easier opponents.
Yeah, but that's who we struggle against, bro.
Exactly. And the thing is, because the lower opponents, they play at a low block and they have good aerial ability. And Divock has the aerial ability, he has the strength.
Southampton.
Yeah, so play him against Southampton. Honestly, Southampton, play him against them. Yeah, play him against Southampton. Honestly, because the way Southampton strikers, they can't handle a big physical striker. Let's see, Southampton, Everton, Wolves. See, look, if you see from them, I see us drawing Arsenal, winning Southampton, winning Everton, drawing Wolves, winning Aston Villa.
Yeah, based on the performance level so far, we can't say that we're going to win all of them.
The thing is, you might call me deluded for during the Wolves game, but Wolves are in hot form. The things Bruno Lage is doing with them is amazing. But I just want to quickly get back to the point. I'm going to just keep it short with Origi. He deserves to start against Southampton. He deserves to finish all the Champions League games. Of course, he started it, so he deserves to end it. And of course, I think Firmino will get injured again in the season. Come on. It's his second hamstring injury. What makes you think he won't get a hamstring injury a month or 2 later? Of course, he's at the age now where Firmino's going to slowly start to pick up a few injuries. And, of course, he just picked up his second one in 3 months. So I wouldn't really mind Origi because he's shown me that he can do things. Of course, I think this is his best run of form since 18-19. So I'm happy to see him finally come into a bit of form.
Yeah, exactly. But we're going to ask you the next question with Car, which is, the VAR. The VAR was played an important part. Look, I'm not saying for 1 second we would have won the game because we were absolutely dreadful, dead food, walking statues. We were literally, it was shocking. It was absolutely shocking. VAR, should Henderson obviously had that challenge on him against, I think, Cresswell. Should he have been sent off? I personally Pickford 2.0, and I'm shocked that it wasn't given. Why do you think the referee didn't give it? And do you think if it was a later point in the game, do you think it would have been given?
The thing with VAR, first off, is that 1 week something's a foul, then the next week is not. One week something's handball, the next week it isn't. I think. I mean, I don't think. I don't know why he hasn't given a red card for that because, it's dangerous, and, should have got sent off for that. The only reason I didn't think he'd give it because maybe, I don't know. Like, I don't know why he couldn't have given that. But yeah, man, it's just bullshit, man.
No, the thing I quickly want to say, I'll quickly give my view before Ben goes, is that number one, I don't think it's a red. Number two, I think if you look back at it, of course, Alid, I've seen your reaction. You were absolutely furious when Cresswell put his tackle on Henderson. I'd say he's reckless, but straight away he didn't have two of his boots off the floor. And number three, I think if you slowly see it, as soon as he makes that tackle, he just slips on the ball, which accidentally makes him go onto Henderson's leg. Like, Ali, if you watch it again, I'm sure you'll see it. He just slips onto the ball, which makes him just do some weird movement. So I don't think it's a red in my opinion, but again, it's if buts and maybes, to be honest.
Yeah, I just think for me, I think the way he goes in, and look, we're all talking about protection of players. That's what VAR was brought into the game to do. Why wasn't it protecting the players? Yes, he slipped on the ball, but was he in control of the situation if he slipped on the ball? He wasn't in control, because he wouldn't go that high up if he was in control of the situation. So for me, that's a red card for one. Number two, that changes the game. Does that mean we win? No, it doesn't, because I still think 10 men of West Ham would have beaten us, because on the counter-attack, they were miles better. But that was, for me, a red card based on the fact it was on his knee, it was endangering a player, it was reckless, he weren't in control, and that is purely for me why it was a red card. But obviously, we can all have our opinions on it. But Ben, obviously, a little touch on the VAR controversy. That was the specific tackle, but that lead up to the first goal in particular, we'll talk about now. Was it a foul? I don't think it was a foul. I think they both go up for the ball. Ogbonna backs into Alisson. He impedes Alisson, but at the same time, he's trying to judge the flight of the ball. Goes up with Alisson. I think it's just poor goalkeeping. Alisson isn't physical enough. I think Alisson's positioning wasn't brilliant. I think he should have been more side on with him. I think instantly, if you're letting Ogbonna drift in front of you, you're already letting him get the first pick into that ball. So for me, I think it's just poor positioning by Ali. But Ben, what would you say about that one in particular? And then we're going to move on about Trent Alexander-Arnold. Is this inverted run sacrificing our defence? Do you think if we drop Trent slightly back, we'll concede less goals? But touching on the VAR bit first, do you think it was a foul?
I think it was a foul, especially, at first glance, because I feel like obviously if Ogbonna's not there, Alisson's catching the ball and they're impeding him from making contact with the ball. So normally in these situations, they protect the goalkeeper. And like Waqar said, the frustrating thing is, the inconsistency. Because 1 week a different ref would have given that as a foul. This week they didn't. But yeah, that is what it is, man. I personally think it's a foul, but I understand why some people would think that it isn't. Because I feel like Alisson could have also done more to get there, to stop it, at least get maybe a hand or fist on it, really. But yeah, in terms of Trent, I don't know. Like we've been saying this, Trent has his role in the team. So yeah, Henderson is normally the person who covers for Trent when he makes, either overlapping run or an inverted run. Henderson is the one that covers that space in behind him. So, like I said, if Henderson can, stop trying to score goals and do what we expect of him, then I feel like we wouldn't get exposed on that right side as much as we do.
Yeah, exactly, Ben. I 100% agree with you to that aspect. And obviously, we'll touch on the last bit. We'll go through a few comments before we move into the final segment of the show. It has been a good stream in a bad situation. Do you know what I mean? So,
are we gonna do player ratings or not?
Nah. We'll move swiftly on because I don't want to talk more about the negative stuff, bro. But Pro Club's goal says Origi has to have some more game time. Front three entertainment. Bobby's not there to link them all up. That's fair enough. Obviously, Origi offers more in terms of a system change. He's more of a focal point. Simicaz needs to start ahead of Robbo, in my opinion. We've said that all along. I think all of us have said that on the channel. Reinforcements needed in January. I think we're signing an attack. I hope we do, bro. But don't get optimistic, bro, because we all know what FSG are and what they're capable of. Big up to Channing in the comments. Big up to Pro Club Goals as well. How did Mane not score yesterday? Missed two absolute sitters. Yeah, he should have steered them on target for me. But LF5 Stars FC says, do a quick player ratings, lads. Right, okay then. Player ratings, Salah, we'll go to you. Just go to the whole team, bro. All your player ratings. Keep it brief.
Yeah. Alisson, 2, should be doing better. Love him, but should be doing better. Trent, 5, goal was good. Goal was amazing, but wasn't the best performance. Right back, Virgil van Dijk, 7, bailed out completely. Absolutely great performance, and it's just a matter of a month before he's hitting peak Virgil van Dijk levels. Matip, 2, shocking. Robertson, 1, shocking. Tsimikas, I said it, has to come in. 3 in midfield, Fabinho holding, 4, okay, mediocre. Right centre mid, Henderson, 0. Left centre mid, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, 1. Right winger, Salah, 3. Salah, 2. It's only fair to give Salah 2, although I love him. He was poor, didn't get involved. Jota, 2. Looked like a lost child on the pitch. Mane, you missed that sitter, my guy. So I'm going to have to give you a 0 as well.
Yeah, I'll go to my player ratings. Alisson, 2. Trent, 5. Robertson, 1. Van Dijk, 6. 5.5. Matip, 3. 2. Actually, Matip got a 2. Henderson, 2. 1. Henderson got a 1. Oxlade-Chamberlain, 0.5. These players, bro. These players.
Awful, man. It's just awful.
Yeah. Who else played in that midfield? Fabinho. Yeah. I don't think he had a good day either. 2 for Fabinho.
He looked like a lost child in midfield as well. He looked like a lost body in midfield as well.
Yeah, it's just the moment. I mean, Salah, I'm gonna give a 4, got an assist, but apart from that, very poor. Mane, 2, and Jota, 2. What about you, Wakar? We'll come to you on player ratings, bro.
Alisson, gonna give him a 1, fam. Shit. Trent, gonna give him a 4, man. Bad boy free kick. Matip, fucking 0. Van Dijk, give him a 5. Did his best. Robertson, 1. Don't know why. Tsimikas ain't starting. Henderson, 0. Fabinho, 1. Ox, 0. Salah, as much as he's been on form, he was dribbling into fucking nowhere. Gonna give him a 2. Jota, fucking 1. Mane, 0.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What about you, Ben? Finally, for player ratings.
Alisson, I'd give him a 2. Trent, 4. Matip, 1. Van Dijk, I'd give him a 5. Robertson, 0. At this point, I don't know why he's still starting. Fabinho, 4. Henderson, 0. Ox, 1. Salah, I'd give him a 3. Jota, how much do I give Jota? I'd give Jota a 2, man. Mane, I want to give him a 1 because he missed too many sitters, man. Origi, I'd give him a 6 because he did come on and he did score, and nobody mentioned Origi, so yeah, big up to him.
Yeah, big up to Origi. Yeah, for me, Origi gets for the Bants. Origi gets man of the match. Origi gets man of the match for me. But now, big up to everybody. What we're gonna do? Final question of the show: is yes or no, guys? Is this international break good for the Reds? Is it a chance to reset? Obviously, an international break is not brilliant for us football fans. We have to wait 2 weeks. But for the players, is it good that they can go to international break, play a different system, and come back in a refreshed, clear-headed perspective? Or is it poor? Because, they're coming back with different systems. It could wear them out in terms of having to transfer back to the original system. Salah, will come to you, and then we'll talk about your man in Henderson. Hendo out. We've got to talk about that, bro. We've got to talk
No,
about
blood,
that.
I'm happy international breaks, yeah. This is the first time I'm happy in international breaks, yeah. Well, I think, bro, if we had played Arsenal next week, yeah, we were done. We were finished if we played Arsenal next week. The way we are playing, we would have been done. This international break is going to give Klopp time to sit down, decide, evaluate what's going wrong, why we haven't been able to take control in the midfield, what have I done wrong tactically, shall I drop the high line? Don't know why he's never dropped the high line still. I think, again, this is the first international break I'm looking forward to. To be honest, I'll just sleep. So I'm not asked. As long as we come back from the international break, get some results, and I'll be a happy man.
Yeah. What about you, Wakar? Is it good, bad?
It's good because I think 2 shit performances. They need to go and have a break from playing for Liverpool. And yeah, I think it's a good thing because same with Salah. If we played Arsenal next week,
Yeah,
fuck
exactly. Yeah. What about you, Ben? How are you feeling, bro? Is it good or bad?
It's a bit of both, because I mean, obviously we do need a break. Some players do need a break. I mean, like Salah said, if we were playing Arsenal this weekend, it would have been finished, man. But yeah, and it's also good, in terms of injuries. So some lads can, work more without us having to, play games or having them to miss out games and we drop points and all that. So hopefully maybe a few people can come back after the international break. I'm not too sure about how long the boys are out for, but hopefully some people can come back. I just hope that we don't get any more injuries during the international break while some of the lads are out playing for the national teams, man. So yeah, it's a bit of both, really.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing personally because it's an opportunity to reset the mentality because this was obviously the last international break before that congested period and that next wave of games. And I think having that break before the storm, the calm before the storms, I think it's I'm happy that it is the international break. I think it's good to have that reset, and hopefully we can go again. Big up Channing, we'll do that closer to the time, bro. But obviously, if you want to see what I would change, I'd probably say Simicaz to come in for Robbo at this moment in time. Van Dijk, Matip to stay, Trent, Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago, Mane, Salah, Firmino, but in this case now Mane, Salah, Jota, and then Origi can come in and play a more advanced role. If I want Mane to come on if one of the front 3 aren't playing well, I really do. I really want Klopp to push that through. But guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Big up to everybody who has been in the chat. Make sure, guys, you turn the notifications on. Make sure you subscribe for more content. A lot of content is coming your way over the international break. We'll be trying to provide international roundups potentially at the end of the week. Whether or not that's a solo video, I'm not too sure. But there should be a live video at some point next week as well. So, guys, plenty of opportunities for you guys to get involved, get in the comment section. So make sure you subscribe to also that's my channel. Big up to everybody who has shown some support there. Yeah, that's me over there. So, guys, if you haven't already subscribed over there, the link's obviously in the chat for you. But big up to all of everyone who's tuned in. First of all, like and subscribe to the channel, L5 Star FC. Hitting a like on the video will really help our platform. So share to a friend, like the vid if you've enjoyed this content, and make sure you hit that all-important subscribe button if you haven't done so. Remember, all our socials are in the bottom. The ticker is going across your screen at the bottom of the page. And guys, any more takers? Actually, Salah, we're talking about Hendo. Do you want this guy to be dropped permanently, or do you think he's too valuable to drop?
Bro, I used to back this guy every single week. Every Nana prediction I've done with you, I've said, that this guy, he's great to our team, he's this and that, but I'm done backing him, fam. Wallahi, I'm done. If you're going to drop shit show after shit show after shit show, what do you expect me to, say, Henderson is still good? regardless of the shit performance. Because let's be honest, he's cost us a lot more games than these ones this season, just by him playing stupid hoofball every single time he gets on the ball. Takes a touch, whips it with his right foot into the box. Craig Dawson heads away. It's a cycle of Jordan Henderson. It's your Jordan Henderson cycle. One touch, bang, into the box, comes back. We get counter-attack. Stop losing the ball. Honestly, I'm a dick.
Yeah. Obviously, I just think for his leadership quality, I feel he's too good not to drop. For me. But guys, big up to everybody else. Any more takers? Big up Ben. Big up Wakar. Anything else you want to say, lads, before we obviously close in on the end of the stream?
Chimicus need to play the next game.
Yeah.
Big up.
The next game, Henderson, stop making those fucking sideways passes. Thiago needs to play more. International break, not going into the break the way we hope, but I mean, personally, my team, my country has a chance to qualify for the World Cup, so I'm looking forward to it. I hope that I'm happy after the next 2 weeks, I think it is. So yeah, that's all from me.
Yeah, exciting 2 weeks for Ben in particular, not so much for me, Wakar, and Salah.
No, it will be. Pakistan win the T20.
Alive? Come on.
Yes.
Get in there, Salah. Get in there, Wakar. But big up, everybody. I'm sure he likes Hendo, but he's just a little bit mad at the moment.
No, Shannon.
I'm sure he'll blow over. I'm sure he'll blow over.
No. Shannon, you've got it wrong, lad. If you ask Alid every time, I've done so many videos with Alid, Wakar, and Ben. I put Henderson in all my thingy. I put Henderson in all my starting 11s every time. I say that he's the glue to this team. I say he's the leader. I absolutely have praise for him. But it's come to the point this season where he's dropping too many poor performances and he's cost us in this midfield where I have to go now and legislate him.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And I think that's a perfect opportunity to end the stream. Remember, thank you for tuning in. Hit that like button, Reds, and hit that subscribe button. See you all later. Take care, everybody. Peace out.